Season 2 of the Crossover Podcast. Sorry, we took a little hiatus. Had some things going on. Got back surgery, so need to focus on that. But we're here. MLB Trade Deadline is coming up. Yankees on the decline.
Decline's
Mets
an
on the
understatement. The decline
Mets
is
on
an
the up.
understatement.
But what would you say if I said the Yankees should sell?
I don't think they'll ever sell, bro. I don't know why. I just don't think they'll ever sell. It's the Yankees. They always know that it can turn around at any point.
But with
So I
Judge
think
being
it's
injured, Judge
yeah,
being
that's gonna
injured,
be
dude.
for a week, bro. That's a week at most.
That's a
Not more.
7 days is a long time.
7 days is not that long as if you think about it.
Okay, but what? You're 6 games behind the Blue Jays, correct?
Okay, and the Blue Jays will fall apart sooner or later, rather than
The
later.
Blue Jays are going to be buyers. They're going to get some pieces.
Who are they gonna trade? They don't need anyone, if I'm being honest.
I could see them getting maybe Seth Lugo, another arm,
That's
starting pitcher.
Lugo.
That would be nice. Another starting pitcher.
They have Bassett, Gosman. That's all
That's
I
it,
can think.
really. Exactly. Another starting pitcher. And the
Possibly,
Yankees
possibly.
just obviously they trade for Ryan McMahon and Ahmed Rosario, but those are just some swings and misses. Because
Swings and misses. Okay.
I mean, you wanted it in
Bro, he's
Eugenio
played
Suarez.
one game.
Okay, but you wanted it in Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, okay. Well, the gap was too big for that. Apparently, the gap was
Then
too
you
big.
don't want to win. If the gap's too big, you don't want to win.
I mean, I'm not trying to trade away the next decade of the future.
You wouldn't trade away George Lombard for him.
No, I would not.
A little
I'd
Spencer
call him
Jones for
up now to
him.
the big leagues, matter of fact, because that shortstop over there is horrible.
Let's talk about Anthony Volpe. Okay. What do you think his issue is?
What
I
is
think he
there
has
to
the
say
yips.
about him? He's horrible.
Would you trade him?
Yes, without a doubt. I'd trade him, Wells, Dominguez. I'd trade some MLB guys to get.
Judge.
No. Okay. Now you're going. Now you're going far.
Okay. But the Mets, on the other hand, they're on the up and up. 16 winning streak as we're recording this right now. Got Gregory Soto, which is a great addition if you look at it. If you look at the stats, because the Mets have to face some stacked left-handers in their division, and Gregory Soto is a killer against lefties, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
He has been holding hitters to .138 batting average and a 5.547 OPS this season. And lefties in the NL are Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, big killer, Christian Yelich, PCA, Kyle Tucker. You got Bush, Merrill. Those are some great batters that the Mets are going to have to face in the postseason. So getting a pitcher like Gregory Soto will help them conquer the NL East, and
So what
not even
you
not even the
see
NL
you
East,
see
the whole
Soto you
NL.
see Soto being like a fifth inning guy in the playoffs?
If they need him to, like if the Mets have, I don't think the Mets are done. I think they're going to get Griffin Jacks. I really think they are, and I know the Yankees want him, but
The Yankees want everyone.
exactly. And the Mets want everyone, but they actually get the people they want.
Okay, the Yankees
Still
got
on
the person
Soto.
they want. McMahon was the second option.
Yeah, but second
Okay,
option is not
obviously
going to be as good as the first option.
Suarez is a lot better, but McMahon's defense is way better than Suarez.
That is
Obviously,
true.
McMahon's bat is not
Four.
as great stats wise,
Hmm.
but the defense is levels better.
That's fair. And the Yankees need defense because
The
that defense
Yankees
is
need
whew,
defense, so
trash. They're trash defense.
I would just call it sloppy at this point.
I do think, okay, hear me out. I could see the Yankees maybe trading for Adrian Hauser as another arm. Better than Marcus Stroman.
They DFA that dude so fast. It wouldn't even be funny.
I mean, if Marcus Stroman isn't DFA'd, then
Mark Stroman's not getting DFA due to his contract being insane.
but he's so poor. You need
Yeah,
another pitcher. Who would you get if you're the Yankees front office? Who are you trading for a pitcher?
Gallen,
Gallen,
Sandy.
Sandy? I don't want Sandy. I'm a Mets fan. I don't want Sandy. I know some
Sandy
Mets
is
fans
not
do.
that great. I'm gonna be honest. He's not that.
He's having a
He
poor
hasn't been
season.
good since his Cy Young type year. And like,
Exactly.
what was it like COVID or something? He was crazy.
Mitch Keller, maybe?
Mitch
Please
Keller
saving
could
game.
be another option. I don't know. A lot of people are saying Skeens, but I thought they said Skeens was untouchable. So
Y'all are not getting schemes. Okay. If
yeah,
anything,
I
The Mets
think
could get
Skeens
schemes. The
is
Mets could
out.
get schemes.
No, they can't, bro. Nobody
Yes, they
can.
could. They have the prospects. They'll get
The
schemes.
Yankees also have the prospects.
Yeah, but there's a better chance the Mets would trade for schemes than the Yankees.
In what world? I don't think I've heard the Mets have one rumor for Skeens.
Yeah, but no one has a rumor for Scenes really.
The Yankees have a lot of mock trades for him.
Okay. Well, those are just delusional Yankee fans. Sorry to say.
Sorry, MLB insiders are posting them.
Okay,
Analysts
but
are posting them.
what players, okay, what are your top players do you think will get traded? Like, what are your best players you think will get traded this
I feel like
trade deadline?
Ryan Helsley of the Cardinals is a guy to look out for. Durant, Johan Durant on Twins, maybe Joe Ryan. Clase
Joe
can get
Ryan,
traded
please, to the
possibly.
Mets. Joe Ryan to the Mets would be amazing.
The Twins said they need to be blown away by the offer for them to deal Joe
Yeah, I
Ryan.
know.
Clase, I feel like can get traded. I mean, he just gave up another walk-off home run yesterday. He's low-key falling apart.
You do have Marcelo Zuna on the
Ozuna,
Braves.
Ozuna possibly.
I think that'd be a good get for the Mets, to be honest. They need a solid DH. The
Wow,
White Sox,
what's wrong with Tyrone Taylor at DH?
he plays center field, but the White Sox want Mark Vientos for Luis Robert, and
Would you
I don't
do
want to do
that?
that.
Would you
No,
do that?
no. Shout out Mark Vientos. Send me a get well message. Clutch.
Broder's
And
gonna
last
be
night you got the clutch. Cedric Mullins could get traded.
possibly. Some are saying Stephen Kwan can get traded, but I don't.
That would be
I
insane if
personally
Stephen
don't
Kwan got
see that.
traded.
I personally don't see that.
Where would he even get traded to? Like, I'm trying to
I don't
think.
know. The Phillies are a team that's like really
Please no. No, no, please no.
the Phillies. The Phillies, I feel like might get Suarez. I feel like they need a third baseman with
Who
our
is their third baseman right
Alec
now?
Bohm's hurt. Alec Bohm's hurt at the moment. I feel like that he could be a really big get for the Phillies, and that they might be a World Series team if they can get him. That would be a huge get for them. Especially with Edmundo Sosa going down yesterday,
That was rough.
because Brandon Marsh
Prayers up to
does
him.
not know how to call a ball. But
I
uh,
do think that the Tigers are going to need some help
they for sure do.
because
Yeah,
maybe another starting pitcher could see them getting. I really don't know. Like they need any pitching they can get. I think David Bednar to the Tigers would be great
Bednar possibly.
because their bullpen has been hoarded. So, but then also you got players like Ryan O'Hearn who may get traded.
Mm-hmm.
Where do
Understand.
you think the best spot for him would be?
Ryan O'Hearn, DH. He's a really good DH. Made the All Star team this year. I know possibly Boston, maybe the Mariners, but they just plugged their first
Mariners,
base.
even though they
They
got
just
Naylor.
plugged their first base hole with Naylor. But
Mhm.
I don't know who's running DH for the Mariners these days. But maybe he could
I
spice
think
up
it's
that DH
Garber
spot.
potentially or Randy some
I don't
games.
know, possibly.
I think the Red Sox getting O'Hearn would be a great move,
Hmm.
especially now that they are in the wild card, only a game back of the first wild card spot of the Yankees. Yankees having some trouble. I think that'd be a great get. I see the Adolis Garcia jersey behind you. Do we think the Rangers are buyers or sellers?
I mean, they're on the bubble. They're half a game out, so
Mm.
they possibly can be. It's all about their. I'd say it's their pitching up. They could need a little more boost on.
Does DeGrom get traded?
No, definitely
The Mets, though?
not. Okay, yeah, delusional Yankee fan. Yeah, we're talking to a delusional Mets fan right here.
Like imagine, like the
Oh my
storyline.
God! Imagine for the plot. Yeah, okay, I can imagine for the plot.
It would be great.
I can imagine for the plot all I want. It's not gonna happen.
I could see the Angels trading some players away.
The Angels are like, yeah, the Angels can be sellers. Yankees were interested in Moncada. I think they still are. They're still interested. The Yankees are still interested in Willie Castro from the Twins. But yeah, back to the Angels. They can get rid of Moncada. They can get rid of some other
Taylor
guys.
Ward, potentially.
Taylor Ward possibly. He's been in talks recently.
Joe Adele, maybe. He's been killing it.
Eh, possibly, possibly.
I think the Rays should be buyers.
Mm,
Okay, they're only 2.5 games back of a wild card spot.
Yeah, but they've also been on the decline lately.
They have, but I think it's like possible for them. I don't know. I feel like they're a sneaky team that just makes the playoffs always. And I feel like if they could add like another ace or like a star player, like if they can go out and get Eugenio Suarez, that would be a great move for them.
Mhm.
Or if they can get Marcelo Zuma. That'd be great for them. But speaking of buyers and sellers, what are your three teams that are going to be buyers and three teams that are going to be sellers this
I mean,
playoff
my
this?
first team that's going to be a buyer is 1,000% the Yankees because I mean they're still on. They're still in a spot technically this
Hmm.
season to say they'd be the first wild card, and they if they but if they trade for the right guys, they can definitely get they can inch closer to the Blue Jays if the Blue Jays decide to turn down the flame a bit. Another buyer I can see. Actually, I'll go my first seller. My first seller, 1,000% is the Diamondbacks.
That's
Started
fair.
with Naylor. Randall Grichuk went out to the Royals yesterday. Suarez is probably on the verge of getting dealt. The D-backs, if we look at, the standings at the moment as I pull them up,
5 games back of a wild card spot.
yeah, they're falling apart. They're 3 games under, fourth in that hot NL West. They're not the team that we thought they'd be at the start of the season, but obviously Suarez has been their main
Hmm.
top guy. So yeah, dealt him. Get ready for next year. My second buyer, I'll say the Phillies because even though they're
That's fair.
half a game out of the top of the NL East, they're always gunning for the next top guy. They've been a team at the top of the league for like the past 4 to 5 years. Made the World Series, lost to Houston. I could see them, being another team that makes the next big trade to push them to that next level. Second seller that I've seen a lot of people that I've seen that what am I trying to say? See that a lot of their players are in rumors are the Cardinals. The Helsley, Matz, Maton, possibly some other guys.
Oh, Maton.
Phil Maton's getting trade talks in 2025. Don't know what league I'm watching, but yeah, we're watching this league. Third and final buyer. Let's see here. The Red Sox could possibly make some moves. The Red Sox could possibly make some moves. Jaron Duran might go, but they declined a cease and Ethan Salas deal for Duran, thought
That
was
was crazy.
which I thought was a dumb move by them. They probably should have taken that deal and ran with it.
100%.
Duran's
Crochet and
moving,
Cease
yeah,
as
Duran's moving
pitchers.
up and down the lineup like crazy recently, and their hitting is without him in the lineup. Their hitting is not that bad, in my opinion.
Hmm.
They've got some sneaky guys. Carlos Narvaez has pulled through. Roman Anthony is doing his job. My fourth and final seller, the Twins. Castro, Ryan, Duran,
That's
Jax.
fair.
They probably should be on their way out. 9 games back, 4 games under. Like I said for
Not
the
bad.
deep, just get ready for next year.
So my first buyer, I mean the Cincinnati Reds. They got apparent Mets killer Jake Fraley, who apparently amazing against the Mets, but they're only a game out of the wild card race. So I really think it's possible for them. I know the contracts for them is not the best, especially with like Nick Martinez. You got Austin Hayes and Scott Barlow, which were great deals in the offseason.
Mhm.
But I really think if they get some additions at the deadline, they can make a nice push. For my first seller, I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Braves. You said the Diamondbacks didn't live up to the hype. I think another team that didn't live up to the hype
Mhm.
would be the Braves.
1,000%.
11 games back for a wild card spot. No one would have predicted that. Obviously, Acuna, sorry, missed some time, but the 11 games back is very poor from them. Could see Azuna getting traded, maybe even Chris Sale getting traded if they got an offer that would like blow them out the water.
Yeah.
For my second buyer, I'm gonna stick with my guns and go with the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm gonna say they make some moves to try and make a late playoff push. I feel like they're always just a team who's sneaky on the bubble,
Hmm.
and I think this time they can maybe get in with some nice additions. For my second seller, I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Orioles. For like going into the season, no one really knew what was happening with them. A lot of question marks on Adley, how he would perform. Obviously, they
They
lost
lost a
Corbin.
lot of guys, yeah.
They lost Corbin Burns. So some people saying they may trade away Charlie Morton, but Charlie Morton hasn't even been that good. So
I mean,
like
he just brings playoff experience for a team.
100%,
Yeah.
really mainly Cedric Mullins and then Ryan O'Hearn, who I could see being moved. Maybe even Jordan Westberg
I
potentially.
don't see that. I saw Bautista was getting rumors, but he just got hurt recently, so you can't really deal with hurt
Hmm.
player.
And then for my third and final buyer, I'm gonna go with the New York Mets. You picked your Yankee. You picked your Yankees. I'm gonna pick my
Yeah.
Mets. Only fair. I just think that the Mets need to capitalize on what they have, and if they could get Joe Ryan potentially, or just some more relievers in the bullpen, and then maybe just another bat, they really could finalize their spot as World Series contenders. I think they are World Series contenders right now, but with some more additions, they could really make that push. And then for my final seller, hmm, part of me really wants to say the Yankees just because of the decline they're on, but I know the Yankees wouldn't sell. I feel like I'm gonna say the Kansas City Royals. I feel like they had some great pieces, but I mean, they made a trade to get Randall Grichuk yesterday. I really just don't see them making the playoffs. And I think it'd be better to get off of some of the contracts they have. And then also, Seth Lugo is a great piece. They could get some stuff for him. And then they do have good bullpen arms as well. So they could try and get some stuff for that, whether it's Chris Bubik, if they trade him away. He's a great starter as well. And a lot of teams need starters in the league. But who are your World Series favorites right now?
World Series favorites. Add the
What's your
AL.
World Series matchup right now? And matchup.
I'm gonna say the Dodgers in the NL. Dodgers or Phillies. I don't think the Mets get past either of them.
Why not though?
I feel like the Phillies, if the Phillies make the right moves, they will be a really dangerous team, like we were saying earlier. They'll really be a dangerous team. And I think they will make those moves because they have the pieces to do it. They have the prospects to give. I feel like if they make those trades, they get to the next level, they can be a team we can see in the Fall Classic in October. For the AL, I really don't know, honestly. Could be the Astros, could be the Blue Jays, possibly the Tigers if they wake up again.
Mm, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a toss up in the AL, but I feel like the NL is between the Dodgers and Phillies for me.
I think for the AL, it's going to be the Astros. They have the experience. The Yankees are kind of on the decline, like we mentioned a couple times. The Blue Jays don't really have any postseason experience. Same with the Tigers. Also, besides Skubal, they don't really have any pitchers that move the needle for me. For the NL,
Just say them already, bro.
I want to say the Mets. I really do because they won the season series against the Dodgers. They've had the Phillies number, so I am going to go with the Mets. I think it'll be Mets, Astros. But I want to give a shout out to the Cubs and Brewers,
Yeah,
two sneaky teams that have the second and third best records in the MLB. And I don't think anyone would have predicted that, especially for this time in this season after the All-Star break. And I really think it is an attest to how this not smaller market teams, but if you trust your prospects, they will help you, especially when you have PCA.
Mets had them. Put that out there.
Okay. But yeah, no, that's what I think. Any other MLB topics you want to talk about today? Like any snub for I know the All-Star game's far behind,
Also, yeah,
but is there
also
like
game's far behind. I mean, I really like the way they did the swing off at the end. I just want to say that I'm not trying to go into details of who was involved in that, but yeah,
swing off was great. I do think the
I don't know. I don't know
MVP
if the
voting could have been
managers
better.
picked the players themselves. I mean, there was
If the
definitely.
managers picked their players themselves, then
I
Aaron
think it
Boone
was.
needs to
I think
retire
they
from his
picked
job.
them, but I think it was also based off like who actually wanted to do it. I think
Nonetheless, I
Brent
still
Rooker
think
had
that
a Brent Rooker had a reason to do it because he lost by point oh 0.08 inches to Raleigh.
I still think that Aaron Boone needs to retire from his job. Speaking of Cal Raleigh, I think that he's going to end the season with most home runs, and I think he's going to break the record,
What 60? What is it? 60 something?
63. I think 62 is the
Judge hit
record.
63 or was it 64?
I think Judge hit 62. So I do think Raleigh will break the record. I think he's on pace for 62 right now.
Yeah,
I think Big
62 is the
Dumper got
record.
that. He'll hit 63. He'll break the record. What do you think about that?
It could happen. Definitely can happen.
You think? I like that. I like that. He's just having a stellar season, and I think he's gonna. I think he should win MVP as well.
I don't know about that. Just why? Just because he's hit most home runs.
Yep. And because
That's
he has the
it.
best nickname in
That's the
baseball.
only stat he's leading in.
Well, and he has the best nickname in baseball. So
Certainly got the best entrance in that home run derby.
exactly.
It was told he has the biggest
He's known as
butt
Big
in
Dumper.
sports.
That's a fire nickname in my opinion. And also, I just think for what he's doing for the team, obviously Judge is carrying the Yankees, but he hasn't been clutch, I would say. I would say Raleigh has been clutch or clutcher than Judge. So I think that puts the needle past. And then obviously for the NL, I think it is going to be Otani winning MVP.
Yeah.
How could you not give it to him? But that's just me.
Possible.
Um,
Let's
I
see.
think Otani's just another different player,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And he's starting to get back on the mound and he's pitching like crazy.
Exactly. And then just Cy Young's, I think it's going to be Scooble and then Schemes.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out to
can see
David
it.
Peterson, though. He
No,
has had a great
no,
season. He's had
no,
a great season, though.
no. Not
He's
getting
had a
him.
great season.
We're not talking. His name is not getting mentioned in Cy Young talks. I'm not going there.
I think he'll get a vote, maybe one or two.
Mm.
But I think at least
Mm.
because he's been really good for the Mets. He made the All-Star game, pitched well in that.
He
So
did.
I think Freed,
Free is he's had a couple bad starts.
the Knicks hired Mike Brown,
Who would do? Yeah, that is true. Quickly look
hired
at
Tom Tibbs.
tough
I know it
thing
was
to
a
do.
long time ago, but I remember you and Dylan saying that the Cat trade was a bad trade.
Yeah, at the time the trade was announced, yeah.
Do you have anything to say about that right now? Um,
I mean, it's clearly how Dante needs the chemistry because when he was with Hart
I
and
mentioned that.
Brunson, he was going nuts. Obviously, Cat was a huge help for the Knicks this year, but I was just saying at the time that the trade was made, Dante had the best season of his career, and you got rid of that after one season.
That's fair. But Cat was just so good, so good. I
Cat's
think he
been
really came
good,
in.
but he's a liability on defense. Same with Brunson.
And then just to end it off, let's talk about the New York Rangers for a little bit. I know they traded Chris Kreider.
Chris Kreider signed Vladislav Gavrikov, made a couple other moves.
It's just really a mess. I think Drury has to go.
I mean, it's also we'll wait to see how the season goes
How can you trade Kreider though? Like
because he's old. He was aging. He was not that. He was becoming a fourth liner.
that's fair, but still, it- like that's the centerpiece of your team in a way,
Not really, if I'm being honest. Not really.
like a core piece of your team.
I mean, yeah, he was the longest tenured Ranger for a long time, but
Exactly. That's a leader on your team. You already traded away Truba, who was your other leader.
no, no, no.
Yes.
That was the worst captain I've ever seen in my life.
Mm,
Bro was he took way too many penalties. Same with Miller, bro. I'm glad they got rid of him too.
Miller, I'm fine with being gone. They better keep Will Cooley. That's my one thing. But
They have to sign him back in 2 years. So
exactly. With that being said, thank you guys for watching so much. Make sure you subscribe, like, let us know what you guys think about our takes, and we'll see you next time. Peace.